Oh, welcome back. Today we got quite the project going on here today. My lovely wife ended up giving me an early Christmas present, and it consists of all this disassembled equipment in front of you. This is a workbench with two different separate toolboxes that can go underneath or be moved around the shop. What is really nice about this bench is it is going to be adjustable, so I can change the height depending on what type of project I'm doing. Works out good for when I'm doing the lathe or when I finally start doing my duck call, along with the drill press and everything like that. Just giving that availability of different heights so I'm not straining my back or there's objects flying into my face. Already during the unboxing, I went and did an inventory on everything. Everything looks good. What is really nice, instructions are pretty clear, and then also all the items that come with it, all the different like hardware and everything is packaged individually instead of them just doing their typical thing where they throw everything in one bag and you're just like, well, I'm missing 5 bolts, and then you end up waiting like three months down the road before that hardware gets there. So out of all these items, I think I'm going to start with the workbench first, just because once that's done, I can get rid of this flimsy desk that I've been using for who knows how long, and I can utilize it to put the one toolbox is pretty much already assembled. The other toolbox, I just need to bring it up, assemble it all together. So let's get started. For simplicity reasons, since the instructions are pretty clear, I'm just going to go ahead and build it up into a time lapse, and then after I get everything assembled and ready to go, if I have any issues with assembly or different recommendations on what could be different about this particular unit, I'll bring that up. One thing that I am going to recommend that this unit does not have is for the workbench itself. It does not come with wheels, so it's going to be planted, which works out good in many instances, because if you are utilizing a lathe and everything, you don't want that shake in the platform or any shake at all. But if you want to move around the shop, it'll be a little bit of a pain in the butt. So I know that I should not have any issue with getting wheels for it, because I should be able to just go down to Harbor Freight. They usually got a good set of wheels. But this blockboard's pretty heavy too, so it's going to be pretty durable itself. This is going to be my second Husky project, or Husky items. The other Husky I have is the shelving behind me, and then the toolbox that's off to the side right here, which I have done a review on that toolbox. Highly recommend that one. It just makes stuff so much easier. So we'll go ahead and get into this time lapse as I start putting this together. Bring you in real quick, this way you can see, but they already have pre-drilled holes with fasteners inside. I don't know if I can get a good shot, but they just screw right in, so it's nothing tricky to do. Pretty simple. That actually went a lot better than I was anticipating. It was pretty easy to put it together. I definitely recommend that you have some type of Torx bit for your drill, because if you were to do it all with the Allen key, it'd take you quite a bit of time. So assembly went pretty nice. A little bit of a hassle trying to flip it back over, but other than that, everything went well. My back might be saying something different tomorrow morning, but we'll cross that road when it gets there. So the next thing we're going to work on is building up the other toolbox. Now that I got this nice little bench here, let's go ahead and get that started. Well, this is them. This is them fully built up. They are pretty nice. I would have to say one thing that you're definitely gonna have to note about these two toolboxes is they are not gonna be the same build quality as my big Husky that I did a review on a couple months ago. So they are gonna be thinner metal. They're not gonna be as thick. So they are definitely gonna take more of a pound, gonna take less of a pounding if you're moving them around the shop and everything. You will notice at one point in the video that I had to use rubber mallet to persuade the metal to where it needed to be, just because it got a little bit of a dent during shipping. But other than that, I am impressed by them. One thing I would definitely note about these things is the casters on the bottom. They're built like most of your typical small toolboxes where one side rotates, can do the full 360, or the other side is set. That is good for the design for this bench, and I understand why the engineers designed it that way. But if I do take a trip to Harbor Freight, I'll definitely pick it up different casters so I can rotate them all 360 degrees. This way it's much easier to maneuver around the garage, and also I want them so they can lock as well. These do lock, but it's on the set stage. This workbench is super solid. Like, it does not move at all. And I'm impressed about the workbench, and it's definitely gonna get quite a bit of use throughout the years. This is more of an informal video of like the build up and then just initial review. Later on down the road, depending on if I find any issues or something's really excelling about them that I really like, I'll bring up another review. But till then, keep an eye on us, watch our projects that we're gonna be pushing out, and I'll see you on the next one.